This is a hot take, but I have to say, I am not as much excited as I used to for this Marvel project. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I am talking about Daredevil Born Again Season 2, which is one of the next couple series that we're going to get on Disney+. I love Season 1, but there was some flaws. This is coming from a guy that watched all Season 1 and 3 from Netflix, who watched The Punisher, and who watched the Disney projects, as well as No Way Home, if you want to count that. But I have to admit, a lot of the episodes felt crammed, felt like this is not the best Daredevil can go to. The lengths from the Netflix show set expectations that Daredevil is going to be this type of show, and some of the episodes felt rushed, and only 3 or 4 episodes felt like, hey, that's an actual Daredevil episode. I know about the creative overhaul, I know how there was a lot of things cramming in, and there was a lot of changes. I understand that. I just feel that they shouldn't have delivered Daredevil as it was, because there could have been some more ways to change it, to make it even more better, and given that they had a lot of characters who then just died out of the thin air, and they had a bank episode midway through that kind of like lost its sort of like just intention of what the main part of the story is. Like, are we doing side quests now? Like, we were really going into something with the finale. Now we have to wait till Daredevil Season 2. I know we're going to get more Punisher, Kingpin, really with the whole anti-force in New York. I'm more excited for Punisher right now's like special presentation and his role in Daredevil Season 2 than the main character. But as time goes on, I'm likely going to move this to I'm excited. I don't know if I need it now, because I want them to take their time with it. Hey guys, my name is Darrell. Hope all of you are having an amazing day. I talk about movies, film, gaming. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe, as we're trying to get to 100 subscribers. I would really mean it if you guys could hit that button and tell me your thoughts on Marvel. We have Phase 6 finally here after Ironheart's finale. I'm super excited to talk to you about these projects below and rank them of how excited I am, but also we got some other projects at the end of the video that I am also want to talk about, because I think it would be really cool to talk about. But other than that, let's get right into it. So we already talked about Daredevil Born Again. We're going to go into something more recent, which is Fantastic Four. Holy crap, Fantastic Four. I am so excited for this project. I need it now. I think with everything that's going on with Superman, Fantastic Four, whatever hype train you're on more, I'm still going to be so much hyped for this film. It's been so many years since we've seen the Fantastic Four in the MCU, and we got mid-movies after mid-movies. Finally, we have an awesome cast. We got some awesome villains. This is likely rumored to see Doom, but Galactus already not being a smoke cloud. Like, this is it, and I love the vibe. I love how it's not a part of the main MCU at this point, and then it will transition into it, so it can go anyway. And I think they don't even have Avengers in their main MCU timeline. It's just them, so the whole attention's focused on them. Again, I love the actors. I think it's going to be a great film, coming from a guy who loved The Last of Us with Pedro Pascal. Like, come on. So I'm very thrilled. I really want to see the project now, so I'm excited. But again, wait and see. I still think there's going to be some sick villains. It's going to leave us on an ending. Huge transition into Avengers Doomsday, because this cast will be a part of the film, as well as Secret Wars likely. So it's going to be even more epic to have this new cast with the new Avengers and Sam Wilson Avengers later on. Next show that I am seeing here is Eyes of Wakanda, that comes out in August. I am going to put this in the category. Now, listen, I love Black Panther. I love the Wakanda lore. Like, I'm up there. I love it. But I still haven't really learned more about the show, and I want to learn more. I know we got a trailer, and it's only 4 animated episodes, so it's a very more on the smaller side. But I still want to, enjoy this show. I will definitely watch it. I watched Ironheart. Sometimes I was not even thinking of watching Ironheart, and it surprised me at the end. And Ryan Coogler is an awesome, creative individual here at Marvel, so I'm going to give him my time and attention. I loved Black Panther too, but right now I still am unsure, and I'm somewhat curious. But again, it is a show that I feel like we'll only talk about the past of like Wakanda's like kings and queens, that type of stuff, and then we might not see much more about it until Black Panther 3 or Ironheart Season 2. Like, it's kind of like, where is the Wakanda stuff going? Where's Shuri going? They're going to be a main focus in Avengers Doomsday? That's something that I want to figure out. Now, another thing I want to talk about, another show that's coming out in October, is Marvel Zombies, and holy crap, I need it now. Now, this show was so amazing like the episode, the episode for What If, and I know people were really kind of mixed with What If, but I personally love What If Season 1, and the Marvel Zombie episode right after the Doctor Strange episode. This was just peak storytelling. Like, come on, it's such an interesting idea, and if they win the delivery of that idea, they can get so many people behind that. And given that this show is gonna, I think, go into the TVMA ratings, it's gonna get some people like probably emotional seeing their hero now a zombie. Who knows will survive, who knows will die. I know there's gonna be like a Moon Knight. I think there was like some like S-Blade taking on the Moon Knight mantle. I know we're gonna see like Shang Chi, I think. Like, there's some heroes that might not get the spotlight as much being the main lead, which is interesting because we saw in that What If episode a lot of the heroes that we love die. And given that Thanos might appear in this and a lot of the people that might have survived, like, this is a very interesting show. This is also 4 episodes, so I'm definitely gonna binge watch it in the first day if they release it all at once. And if they can deliver 30-40 minute episodes of just total chaos, havoc, oh my god, man, it's gonna be insane. So I'm very excited for that. I definitely want it now. I don't know what people are on with this, but I'm excited. Now, Wonder Man, this show I'm curious about. I haven't really read the comics on the What If, like, the Wonder Man type, character and what it is, but given that he's an actor, and someday I want to be an actor, I'm very curious about this show. I know this comes out in December. We got some actors. We got the actor that played the villain in Aquaman, which a lot of people love. We got the person that was playing the Iron Man 3 fake villain in there. Like, these are some good characters. I know it's going to be 8 episodes, about 30 minutes long. I hope it kind of goes around with like the grounded Christmas-esque TV show of like what we got with Hawkeye, because that was so awesome. And given that it will be during the holiday season, I think people would love this like nonchalant, chill, awesome show of a character. They don't really, maybe a lot of the characters that we've seen, we always, understand, but this character, not a lot of people may get yet, and that's something that I would love to figure out and see throughout the show, his growth as a character. And I would love to have people resonate with him. I know the Guardians of the Galaxy, not a lot of people really, I guess heard of them before James Gunn stepped in and created these characters and made them care about them. I'm hoping that the creative people here at Marvel understand that with these new characters. If we can get like the same attention with like Moon Knight and stuff like that, that is what I want for these new characters, if they're going to take the main spotlight in Phase 7, Phase 8, and whatever the future lies. Now, here we go. Now, this is something that might be a bit big of like a hot take here. I am not so excited for the Spider-Man Season 2 animated show. Now, hear me out. Here. This is coming from a guy who didn't really finish the first season. I know I gotta finish the first season. I did not finish the first season. So you can say I'm like somewhat like, oh, he doesn't understand everything yet about Season 2. He didn't finish Season 1. I know he doesn't know about the cameos, and I couldn't get through it. I definitely want to still get through it. I understand that people love Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. But this is one I'm not really putting my full attention to. And, I'm maybe just on the side of like, okay, that's cool, but my focus is on like Daredevil, Born Again, and like the main MCU films and the real Spider-Man that we're gonna get in later on. Like, I understand people like this character. I don't know if it's the animation style. I personally like the What If animation style over the Spider-Man animation style. That's just me, but that's something that I definitely want to talk about more on in the future. I just feel like that is just how I see things. And if you have a persuading argument, if you have some thoughts, let me know of how you think of the show. I just feel like it's like I get it, but I'm not really sure what else we can get out of that show. Now, something that will be very surprising to some people is that I am very excited for Vision Quest. Now, this will be the other live-action show in 2026, and I gotta admit, I loved, I'll rephrase, I liked WandaVision. I loved the theme and the aesthetic. I was enjoying Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. And then I was also enjoying Agatha for some reason. And Agatha, I was not really as much hyped for in the Marvel slate. I was more excited for Ironheart than for Agatha, and I ended up actually enjoying Agatha more than Ironheart. And now with Vision Quest, which is kind of like playing on like a trilogy, because we got WandaVision, then Agatha, then Vision Quest, and this will talk about like the stories of White Vision and also the other kid that Wanda apparently had. So I'm very curious to see where this goes, but already I'm putting it more on the excited because I heard that my boy Ultron is returning for this, and I loved Age of Ultron, so already we're getting some peak content with this series. I don't know how many episodes, I think it was like 8, but this comes out on the later half, I think, of 2026, so I think it will be like right before Avengers Doomsday. So I think the show can be really planned out very well, because we saw some action scenes from the finale of WandaVision, and, you know, White Vision was pretty cool. And if we can get White Vision, we can get Ultron, and we can get, like, I believe what the main part of, like, Armor Wars is gonna kind of, now that I don't know if that film or show is actually going to go ahead now in development, it's maybe their elements will be spread across this show. I'm very interested to see. We don't really get to see as much tech sort of storylines. We saw a lot of it in Ironheart, and I think some people really enjoy it. So if they can nail it very well for this sort of finale of like this little trilogy here, then we can go in Avengers Doomsday, and maybe Wanda will come back, and we can get the kids, we can get White Vision, everything will be out, we'll have a good ending, but I really hope they nailed this show. I'm excited, I'm very excited. Now, another show, well, not a show, but a show that I think that's a show to me, is going to be the Punisher special. Now, this is going to come out in 2026, and holy crap, guys, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be a special presentation. I believe it will be like 50 minutes to an hour, something similar to how long the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special was and Werewolf by Night. This is going to talk about the Punisher. I think this will be played around from Season 1 to Season 2 in terms of continuity. And this will just talk about the Punisher probably doing some crazy scenes, crazy stunts. It will be an interesting small story. And holy crap, I'm excited. I am thrilled. I need it now. I want to need it now. And if they nail this presentation, I'll lift my Daredevil Born Again hype all the way up to need it now. I just think this is where, if they can get a really good story with the Punisher, with Jon Bernthal, oh my god, like going around and just having Total Chaos, who knows who could come in this cameo, you know, cameos coming into the story. I just feel like I love sort of the Kingpin and sort of the Punisher like relationship, and I think I would want more of that to be explored, and hopefully that will be explored later on in Season 2. But yeah, Punisher special, I'm very excited. I hope they make more specials. I know like Nova and Strange Academy, they've been talking maybe will be another special after this. I just feel like specials don't come out as often, and they hopefully should try to get one special out per year now. But if they're putting their focus on this character, then holy crap, people are going to be there day one for it. Another project that everyone talks about is Shang Chi. And not Shang-Chi, not Shang-Chi. The director of Shang-Chi is doing this film. This is Spiderman Brand New Day. I'm putting it in, I'm excited. Now, I love Spider-Man Brand New Day. The storyline has to be peak here. We want a grounded Spider-Man film, right guys? They got it, you know, hit the delivery all the way, hit the bar all the way up here to meet what people want. And Spider-Man Brand New Day is just going to be, hopefully, an amazing film. We got tons of villains, you know, coming from a person who loved the Spider-Man video games, with Mr. Negative, with, you know, Gwen Stacy, hopefully if that is the case. I know Scorpion might be in this film. We know that Punisher is going to be in this film. Like, come on, man. Like, this is going to be an insane movie. And I understand that apparently due to the contract, they need to have one Avenger in these Spider-Man movies. That's why, like, the first one you had Iron Man, the second one you had Nick Fury, the third one you had Doctor Strange. And apparently it looks like the Hulk will likely be in this film as well. I don't know what Hulk will do in this film, unless it's a battle scene. That would be really cool, but we have to wait and see what the characters are going to have a relationship with Tom Holland Spider-Man, like what they're going to do. So I'm very thrilled to see this film. Comes out in basically a year at this point. Again, I just really hope that they get the delivery right. You know, I don't know if people want multiverse elements. That was a problem, I understand, for years. I wouldn't mind the post-credit scene or anything else, like go into Avengers Doomsday, but I think for now we just need a story. And given that Avengers Doomsday is now in December, you know, now we finally can get some much-needed time for Spider-Man and his characters. Now, you guys have been waiting. Avengers Doomsday. Now, Avengers Doomsday, this is simple. Like, come on. Like, this is going to be needing it now. Like, you know what I mean. We got X-Men. We got all these awesome plot elements. The incursions that a lot of people love. Multiverse. We got freaking the Russo brothers in here. We got freaking RDJ. We got the story out there. It's no longer the Kane Dynasty. I would say that I just need them to, again, similar to how I said with Daredevil and Spider-Man, the delivery is what counts, and they need to peak the delivery. That is super crucial to the story, and if they can get it right, we'll be good. Again, I heard there were some rumors that the third arc, the last part of the story, hasn't been finished yet, so I am kind of optimistic on that side, but given that the film doesn't come out till basically when Dune Messiah comes out, which is the end of 2026. I'm not too worried, but because they have tons of time, and this is the Russo brothers, come on. But they just made the Iron Slate, so there is some skepticism towards this film, and obviously if it's going to get delayed even more. But we're going to see Loki again. We're going to have a lot of these characters. A lot of these characters is likely going to die. This is like an Infinity War rehash where we're likely going to see a lot of our characters, even bigger than Infinity War likely, that are going to pass because there's likely a reboot after Secret Wars, and that's where we're going to head into. And yeah, that's going to be where we're at. So I'm very excited. Again, this is similar to Daredevil. Very excited, but optimistic. Another film I'm very excited for, I will say The Avengers. I'm not going to put it on Need It Now because I want to wait and see how Doomsday lands out. I don't want to put all my beans in one basket and then just say that, oh, both films are going to do amazing. I want to stay with one film at a time. I don't want to prepare like, oh, we need all these other stuff. So I'm going to wait and see with Doomsday. Doomsday is going to be hopefully all about RDJ, Doctor Doom, all the characters coming together. And depending on that film will likely lean me towards what Avengers Secret Wars is. And we don't know much about Secret Wars at this point. We don't even know if there's going to be maybe another Avengers film or if they're just going to say this was going to be pushed back. Time will tell. But anyhow, I am still very excited for Avengers Secret Wars. Delivery for Doomsday is more keen for me, and we need to learn more about it. As I know, I think it's going to likely get delayed into 2028. That's my personal guess. I think there's going to need a lot more time to film this. I don't know if they're filming it back to back with Doomsday, and it's going to take a long time. I feel like I don't know if they have the script finished. So again, this is the ultimate ending to the Multiverse saga, and this will bring us to the Mutant saga. So again, this delivery is hugely important, very crucial for the future of the MCU. Now, other films that I just want to talk about, just because, they are in development, but they're technically not on the slate, and this is likely going to be a part of Phase 7 in some cases. Again, I don't know how many projects they want to get out right before Doomsday and Secret Wars, but it looks like some of these will be after Secret Wars, just finishing up some stories, finishing up some trilogies. Just going to go by quick, because I know what people think, but already I'm going to start off with the Blade movie, kind of more on the I'm curious, but more on the category. I just don't feel as excited for this project anymore. The production hell when it was announced in 2022, and now it's still not here. It's supposed to come out in 2023. It's like, I don't know. This project, it's just, I don't know if it will ever come out. I really like the Blade as a character. I love the Blade cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine. I was kind of hoping that they do maybe like a Logan-esque movie for him on that side, but again, I don't know if they're ever actually going to do the movie. Hopefully one day, but it looks like if it is going to come out, it'll come out in like 2028. Other films, Doctor Strange 3, This Is What I Need It Now. I loved Agatha. I love WandaVision now, looking back on it. I know I've said I liked it, I loved it. Either way, I just love all the mystical arts, but Doctor Strange 1 is so peak, and even though Multiverse of Madness went all over the place, I love Sam Raimi. I love how he was able to still land that movie with so many awesome shots, and still Doctor Strange amazing. Just why was he the side character in that movie? He's the main character, and America Chavez takes the whole spotlight. Like, come on, he is the main character. So Doctor Strange 3, again, this is going to be very crucial after Doomsday. I really want this film to be like the first film in 2027. We need Doomsday. Delay Secret Wars, have Doomsday. After Doomsday, have Doctor Strange 3, then have Shang-Chi 2, and then have Secret Wars. That will also lead me to Shang-Chi 2, which I also think is an amazing film. Again, the director is doing Spiderman Brand New Day, did Wonder Man, which is awesome, so I love those films. I'm going to be very more on the excited side because I love the director, but I really want to get Shang-Chi 2 out there after Doomsday. I feel like that's a very crucial film. Same with Doctor Strange 3 with the multiverse, and if they wait too long, it's just going to feel like the plot went nowhere, and I feel like it will be crucial to understand incursions and the multiverse. Thor 5. Now, I love Thor as a character. Thor Love and Thunder was a disappointment, and there's so many reasons to it, but I really do hope that we can get friggin' Thor 5 with a new director and have him out there, and we just have the cool, grounded Thor movie that it's like like, let's just make it dark. Like, let's get to the Thor 1, Thor 2 vibes. Like, I know Dark World was a bad movie, but I kind of want that sort of similar aesthetic, at least, with awesome writing, and we can get a really good Thor movie. I know there's been a lot of rumors that he might die, Thor, in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars, and then it will be called Thor Valhalla, and he will go to this, like, dreamscape. Well, obviously it's Valhalla, you know, this dream realm, if you want to call it that, and he'll reunite with Jane, and he'll see Hemdale, and maybe Loki can pop in there from the multiverse. Let's put him in there. Maybe they'll see each other in Doomsday, maybe even Deadpool, and then the main villain would be Hercules, because I think the gods are going to be the main focus, and this would be sort of the last Thor film, and I think it's likely to come out after Secret Wars, so hopefully we'll get that soon. Similar to X-Men Project, I can't really say too much. Again, X-Men are super awesome, and obviously the delivery counts. I love Logan, I love Wolverine, so if we can get an amazing film with the X-Men, I know the director of Thunderbolts is doing this film, so that will be awesome, and we'll likely see it in later on after Doomsday and Secret Wars, but again, I don't know if it will be a reboot. We don't know how many more characters are going to stay or who's going to get recast, so it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be a part of those groups and how it's going to connect with Battleworld and then with the Avengers and the Marvel characters. Scarlet Witch Project, this is also on the mystical side. I'm very thrilled. It's in development. I don't know when we're going to get it, but I think this will also be pivoted from Vision Quest to Doomsday and then to a Scarlet Witch Project in the near future. Again, this should be in probably the X-Men, the Mutant Saga. I feel like everyone loves Scarlet Witch. Come on, she didn't die. She didn't die. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that character. I think definitely that she's definitely going to come back in some capacity, and everybody's lying to you if they say otherwise. And to finish it off, we got the Young Avengers, which is called Champions. This will be a TV show. Similar also, I forgot to mention Strange Academy, which is also going to be another show too. These two shows I'm going to put on the I'm Curious, excited part. Again, I love the idea of the Young Avengers. I love the, maybe Mephisto being the main villain of Strange Academy, and then having like a really cool character, a couple cool awesome characters like Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, and Ironheart coming together as well, and maybe that will be the Young Avengers. Again, people wanted maybe this to be a film, they didn't want it to be a TV show. Some were also like Nova, but again, I'm unsure at this point how that's all going to pan out. Again, give some good spotlights to these characters in the big Avengers films, and then let's see more of that story develop in this series. And again, this will be really cool. This will also likely be after Secret Wars, so we won't have too long to wait, but it will be a while. But yeah, that finishes up the entire video. I hope you guys did enjoy. This is all my rankings, so let me know your thoughts. I would love to know your rankings. Please be sure to subscribe and like. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers, and I likely will do a video for DC, because I know DC's got some awesome projects on this lineup. We got Superman, I cannot wait, and yeah, I'm very excited for some of these awesome shows. And yeah, if you want to see the video of the 10 Avengers I think that are going to die in Doomsday, click on this video here. But none of that, I will see you guys on the next one. Love ya.